when I saw that has come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
The Bread of Life is an inner city ministry that believes in Jesus Christ, follows Jesus Christ, believes He forgives us forever. We believe that we're supposed to take care of the people that are needy, the people, the helpless people, the hurting people in this world. God called me about 7 years ago, me and a friend of mine, to start feeding people in the park. We made sandwiches, 30 bag lunches, took them to the park, and have been doing it ever since. At the beginning of the month, we find out there'd be 200 people sometimes, just lined up down past the library. We would cook all this stuff in a little tiny apartment with an apartment stove. We had a pot this big around. It covered the whole stove, all 4 burners. You know, but we did that for about a year. We didn't think nothing about it, you know, we just knew we had to do it. We just loved on everybody. Broadway Christian, the church we're in now here, they offered us to come down while it was cold outside, you know, for a month or so, and that was about 5 years ago, and we're still here. You know, God opens doors up. This church reaches out to a lot of people, and I'm thankful that God put us in with them.
Well, you know, I'd left Chicago basically with no friends, and ended up here in Lexington, Kentucky. I ran into Mike and Sharon, who was feeding people at the lighthouse at the time. Spent a little bit of time with them. I ran into Mike on the bus one day. He said, "We're going to feed some people down at the park. Why don't you come join us?" So I strolled down to Phoenix Park one day, met them, been with them ever since. For me, it was basically doing for people what other people had done for me. Well, I was born and raised Catholic, so I was rebellious. Had a fallout with them when I needed them and they weren't there for me. What brought me to Christ was when I came to Lexington, Kentucky with nothing and nowhere to be and no one to love and nowhere to live. And Christian people took me in, guided me back to that God that I'd run away from and had decided that I wasn't going to be with. And it basically kind of renewed the love of Christ that I had when I was a child. Incredible amount of friendship, that I know that there's love in this room. There's love with these people on the street when we see each other. It's what I've come away with. It's something that I didn't have and now I have an abundance of.
I knew Tom several years ago through the Lexington Rescue Mission, built a relationship, hung out, spent holidays together. He introduced me to Mike, and I started serving when we were down in Phoenix Park, a winter really, really cold. I served maybe 6 or 8 times. I was ready to quit. Tell Tom I was out. Mike called me, I think, and said, instead of the Phoenix Park, we're serving at Broadway Christian Church. I feel like the cold thing was God removed that. You're not quitting. I need you here. And we've been doing this ever since. We're probably 5 years down here.
I look at myself sometimes and I think, I'm still a mess. But I'm not the mess I was 15 years ago. If I was to die tonight, where I would go, there's no doubt in my mind. You know, I'll step out of line sometimes and here comes the consequence. You know, that's why He does not like sin, because the consequences are terrible sometimes. He loves me so much that He would never give up on me. You know, I'm going to go ahead and pray. And, if you've never received Christ, you know, today's your day, guys. But it's not between me and you and Him. It's between you and Him. Confess with your mouth, believe with your heart, Jesus is Lord, and you will be saved. And then that stuff will start falling off of your life when you start focusing on Jesus. Father, I thank you for the people you brought in here today, Lord. I thank you for their willingness to learn your word. And Father, I thank you for the hearts you've touched today and just the drawing you've done on them. And Lord, I ask you to watch over every single person here when they leave and just guard them and protect them, Lord, and bring them back safely. I pray all this today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you.